Operation Rage, Germany, turn 8, final turn. This is Panzer George. So we have 72 IPCs, and with those 72, we're going to be buying 13 infantry, which is 39, plus a submarine, which is 45, plus an AA, which is 50, plus 2 fighters, which makes 70. So we don't quite spend all of our IPC count. So because of that dastardly move by the British attacking Rostov, we've decided to eradicate all the British in Europe. So we're going to be a little bit vindictive, but that's the way we are as Germans. So here we go. So the first thing we're going to be doing is in Tula, we're going to be moving 2 infantry into Tambov and taking that for Russia, or sorry, for Germany, what am I saying? Out of Kursk, we're going to be sending 2 infantry and attacking those British in Rostov. And we'll be sending these 2 dive bombers and flying over the Mech and going into Rostov with those 2 dive bombers. So we're going to have 2 movement left. Up here in Vologda, we're going to be sending this fighter in from Smolensk to Vologda, which gives us 2 movement left. And then we're going to be sending in the units from Archangel to attack. So that's 2 infantry and 3 artillery. Also from our stack in Kaluga, we're going to be sending in 1 infantry. So that'll be a total of 3 infantry, 2 artillery, 3 infantry, 3 artillery, and 1 fighter. Against these Mech in Bryansk. So we'll be sending more units from Tula. So in there, we're going to be sending a bunch of tanks down. So 6 tanks. And we'll be sending down 2 infantry. Okay, so that's 6 tanks, 2 infantry attacking there. Let me just see anything else in Russia. I think I've done everything in Russia. So then, in the Med, we're going to be sending 1 fighter from West Germany. So let me just get this, make sure I have a fighter unit. So this fighter is going to be flying from West Germany over Italy down and attacking this transport off Malta, because we don't want those Commonwealth stealing any more points from us. Oh, and I think my marker is missing. I don't believe you've taken Albania. So yeah, that's Italian. That's why I don't have a marker there. It's already Italian. And again, going with my policy of annihilating the British, we're going to be attacking in Holland, Belgium. So we're going to be sending in 4 infantry. And we're also going to be sending in 2 artillery. And we'll be sending in a fighter. And then we'll be sending in a Mech. We'll make that an infantry just a minute. I gotta change it out here. So we'll be sending in one more infantry. So that's 3, 4. So one more infantry. Makes it 4 infantry, 2 artillery, 1 aircraft against those British. Leaving everything else there. And those other white ones are just to remind me I gotta move them. So I believe those are all my attacks. Give me 2 seconds. Let me see if there's anything else that I may have forgotten. And I've got up here I'm going to send in one artillery just to say how far I've expanded. So I'm going to send one artillery from Kalugia through Archangel into Nenentesia, however you pronounce that, claiming that for the Germans as well. Okay, so now we're ready to do our combats. So let's do, okay, so Tambov is liberated. Let's do the one in Rostov. So we've got 2 AAs, two tacticals unsupported, with 2 infantry going in versus 2 British. That's in Rostov. Let's go up there so you can see it. Okay, so we hit 1 Brit and they hit 2 of us, of course. So I'm going to take off a plane. So that leaves 1 Brit, 1 German, and 1 tactical. Try that again. And we wipe each other out. So I do get Rostov, but I lose both Air Force. That was very expensive. So Bryansk, I've got 6 tanks. Two infantry against 2 Soviet mechs. And I get 1 hit. So I'll just take out the 1 Russian, do that again. And the Russians are gone. Now we're going to do the one in Volodka. I'm going to put this on the board because I know how ferocious the British are now. So I've got 1 Brit and 2 Russian artillery, which defend on it too. And I've got 1 German fighter, and I've got 3 infantry and 3 artillery, so we all roll at 2s. So that's 1 fighter and 6 land forces. I gotta get 3 hits. Oh, finally I get some decent rolls. So they're dead. And they get to fire back. And they get one hit back. So Valanda is ours. Okay, well, let's do the one in Holland, Belgium. So there's 4 Brits, 2 artillery, 2 infantry. I've got 1 fighter, and I've got 5 infantry, and I've got 2 artillery, so they all roll at 2s, because I have super artillery, of course. So 1, and then 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 2, 4, 6, 7. Yes, 7 shots. And I get 2 hits so far. Not that exciting for the Germans. 2 hits. No, yeah, 2 hits. Almost covered it with my finger there. They get to fire back. They've got 1, 2, 3, 4. And they get 3 hits, of course. Okay, so I take off 2 British infantry, and you take off 3 German infantry. So that leaves us with 2 British, and then I've got 4 ground forces and 1 fighter. So there's 4 ground forces and 1 fighter. And this time I get 1 hit. And the Brits get to fire back. And the Brits miss. So now there's 1 Brit left. Boy, they're fighting really hard. So I've got 4 plus a fighter. I need to get 1 hit. I get just 1 hit, but that's all that matters. And they get to fire back, and they miss. Okay, and the last battle is this transport comes off and off the med. Okay, so now I'll land my fighters. So this one has 2 movement left. 1, 2, it lands in northern Italy. And then I can rail, or let me return this fighter here, goes to Leningrad. It's got 2 movement left, 1, 2. So it's on the airfield in Leningrad. Okay, so then let me change out, because I'm going to be doing some rail from Berlin. Excuse my cough, I'm just a little dry. So I've got 5 infantry. Here I've got 7 infantry in Berlin. I can rail 5. So I'm going to rail 1, 2, 3, 1 to Bulgaria, 1 to Albania, and 3 to Yugoslavia. So that's the rail for that. The other 2 from Berlin are going to move into Warsaw. And then I'm gonna, okay, sorry, I wanted to do this one as well, so give me 1 second. So I'll leave A infantry there and rail an AA unit into Yugoslavia. So 2 infantry and an AA unit into Yugoslavia. And then this transport here is going to move into from A15 to A14. It's going to pick up this 1 infantry in Germany, 1 infantry in Western Germany, and land in Norway. Up here in Norway, I think you can see that. And then I'm going to take 2 infantry and put them in Denmark. So I'm going to change that 3. Two infantry in Denmark. I'm landing this fighter back in West Germany. Okay, so now I can place on my reinforcements. So I've got 1 submarine which can be built in the factory of Finland, so it's going to go in A15. I've got an AA gun which can go in Germany. I've got 2 fighters that can go in West Germany. That means I can put in a total of 8 infantry. And let me just put that as an infantry unit. So I'm going to add 8 infantry to West Germany. That leaves me 5 infantry left to put in Germany proper. I'm going to move this submarine into the Danish Strait. Okay, and then over here in Germany itself, or sorry, Russia itself, I'm going to be moving units from here, from Kaluga. So I've got so 1 second here. So the one, okay, I messed up one thing here. Let me recheck that. So here's what I'm going to do. So from Yugoslavia, instead of railing this German infantry to Yugoslavia, I'm going to rail it to Western Ukraine. So that blocks Western Ukraine. And then I can rail 1 German unit from west, or I'll do an artillery. Why not? Same difference. I'm going to do an artillery from Western Germany, and I'm going to rail that to Yugoslavia. The stage of the war doesn't really matter. And let me just turn that 5 so you can make it out. Change it up. Okay, and just moving these guys from here. So I'm going to put into Bryansk. So I'm going to move this whole army group. So I'm going to put a mech in Tula. So I'm going to be using up my mechs now. So I've got a total of 3 mechs. So I'm going to have 1 mech, leave 1 mech in Caligula and 1 mech in Tula. And then I've got this AA unit. The AA unit will go into Vologda. And then the other AA unit plus everything else will go into Bryansk. And I don't think anybody can get me in Kursk, because the Russians don't have any other. Oh, they do have. So I'm going to put a guy in Kursk, just in case. Okay, and then the rest. So all my units from Kaluga will go in this stack in Bryansk. I'll do a quick count in a second. Okay, so I think I've got, so now I can do my count. 1 second, let's just clean it up a little bit. Put a couple of German markers on. Got one in Tambov. Took back Bryansk. Took back Rostov. And we have one up here in Nitisia. Okay, so let's do my eyepiece. Let's do my disposition of forces. So in Norway we have 2 infantry. Denmark we have 2 infantry. In the Baltics we have a submarine and A-14, a submarine and A-15. In West Germany we have 3 fighters. Then we have 14 infantry, 1 mech, 2 tanks, 1 artillery, 2 AA. In Holland, Belgium, we have 2 infantry, 2 artillery. In Berlin, we have 5 infantry, 1 AA. In Poland, we have 2 infantry. In northern Italy, we have 1 fighter. In Yugoslavia, we have an anti-tank, an artillery, AA, and an infantry. Albania, we have 1 infantry. Bulgaria, we have 1 infantry. Western Ukraine, 1 infantry. Rostov, 1 infantry. Kursk, 1 mech. Tula, 1 mech. Kaluga, 1 mech. And I think I mentioned those, sorry. The big stack. The big stack is Bryansk. Make sure you can see it in the light here. So we have 3, 4, 6 tanks. We have 5, 6, 7 infantry. And we have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 artillery and 2 AAs. And there you have it. I will do my IPC count later. Thank you.